Nunez, can you hear me right now? So, hello out there. As soon as James started the podcast, um, his system crashed again. This is going to be a very interesting episode. Yeah. All right. So, hey, Nunez, since you're on here right now, name a couple of your favorite old Macs. What uh, what you got? Hello, Scarlet Swordfish. We're waiting for James, whose system has crashed again. CMD Big Mike. All right. Well, we're going to see how long this lasts before we get another crash. James is working on getting back in here right now. Ah, the TAM. I wish I had a working portable. That's right. You got that portable recently, didn't you?
All right.
Uh,
Do you hear
okay.
me?
I
I'm
hear
here.
you. I do not see you.
Oh, that's
And now I
weird.
see you. All right.
Yeah, well, it's starting to narrow it down when as soon as I hit live, it crashed. But of course,
Interesting.
I'm in here now. It didn't crash, so I don't know what's going on.
Right.
I just feel like I'm living on borrowed time always.
I've just been saying hi to the lovely crowd here.
Yeah.
So,
All right, well, that was weird. Um, I guess we can just start the audio recording here.
sounds good.
All right. I think all my windows opened up again. Let's go in three, two, one. Welcome to the RetroMacCast with James and John. This is episode 738 for June 1st, 2026. Good evening, John.
Good evening, James.
We just encountered a full system shutdown here on my side as we attempted to go live. Well, you made it. You made it live. I had a
Yes.
lock screen and just
Right.
total
It took me a
total
minute to
black.
realize that you weren't moving and we had no theme music. So,
Oh, so you saw my frozen face, did you?
yes, it was just all of
Yeah.
a sudden it was like,
That's why I need to have a working Mac in the back with some
right,
animated
to
desktop.
make sure you're not having a stroke or,
Yeah.
narcoleptic,
Well, you can see the lights
the
they
glowing light.
change.
That's
Yeah.
right. Yeah.
So,
There you go.
all right. Well, we'll see how this goes. Today we've got the usual stuff, and then the main segment was I don't know if I mentioned this the last episode, but there was a local news article written about yours truly and his crazy obsession, and I thought I found it the other day, the newspaper. Yes, a physical newspaper. So I thought I'd read the story and share a video that was recorded in my house at the time.
Oh,
So,
from your original setup, right?
mm-hmm.
Nice. All
Yeah,
right.
19 years ago.
Wow.
So let's come back with some eBay finds right after this.
Quickly before any more crashes.
All right, let's try to share something. Um,
You
let's
have
see.
three TAMs? Holy cow. You must like those. They are awesome. I've got one. Quite happy with it.
Now, why is that showing? Where did that come from?
That's
Is that
mine.
you? Oh, that's you.
Yeah.
Okay, I need to
I did not
remove
share it
you.
though.
Okay, here we go.
There we go.
Let me click on a few things. I gotta do a couple more bookkeeping things here. So it makes me think it's a Chrome thing.
Yeah.
And I updated Chrome right before we started, thinking that might reduce the number of gremlins running around. All right, let's go in 3, 2, 1. It's time for eBay Finds. Last episode we had that. Well, it's essentially a replica Apple One clone,
Yeah.
but made with vintage parts. They wanted $8,888 for that. And that is still the price, but you can make an offer on that. And then we had the set of binders from, well, they were old technical service procedures. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 of them. Some with even like Apple II technical procedures. This was for sale for the buy it now of $299.95. It's still available, or you can make an offer on that. And then there was a set of coasters, and if I recall right, the seller Retro Stuff 80s had this set and others. This particular one was $19.70 for the 4 of them. That's the buy it now, but they had other ones too. All right, we'll begin this week with, oh my gosh, they're selling water. Not just any water. Collectible iPhone launch day water. No kidding.
Okay.
This is a box, it's like a milk carton. And on the side it says boxed water is better. It's 16.9 fluid ounces or 500 milliliters. And as far as I can tell, the only thing that distinguishes it as being iPhone launch water is the hello that's written on the side.
All right.
And it's not even really the hello
No,
perfectly
it's
written
not.
as we're used to it.
Right.
It's a little different. And it is unopened. So you got that going for you. I don't remember that. I guess these were being handed out. I don't know.
In a few years, when we're all in the post-apocalyptic world, you'll have your one thing of purified water to keep you safe for a day.
The description says it's rare and highly sought after Apple collectible from the iPhone launch day. The Hello Water box, which is unopened and sealed, holds a special significance for enthusiasts and collectors of Apple products. This exclusive item offers a unique piece of history from the iconic brand, making it a valuable addition to any collection focused on advertising or high-tech gadgets. Well, what do they want for the unopened box of water? The buy it now is $25.
Which, again, once we're in the post-apocalyptic world, that's going to be worth a lot of bottle caps.
Yes.
So, yes.
You can make an offer. All right. What's next?
Next up, we have an Apple Macintosh PowerBook G4, 17-inch model, 1.67 gigahertz with 120 gig hard drive and 1 gig of RAM. This has got a fresh install of 10.4 on there, and a couple of downsides. It's kind of beat up on the corners. You know, they list in the down at the bottom that it's working but in poor cosmetic condition. It's fully functional. It does have an optical drive, DVD, CD drive that sometimes struggle to eject the discs. I don't know if that's due to the little bit of case problems, but it's got right now 0 bids, 99 cents. Now, as collectors, we like to collect pristine stuff, but I have to say, if you actually like to play around with some of your stuff, it's getting a kind of beat up one like this is actually nice to have something you can kind of take around with you without having to worry about keeping it pristine. I've got a Tybook G4 that's very beat up, and it's my go-to driver when I want to play around with old games. It's a great system. So, don't poo-poo it just because it's not 100% physical.
It's just the beat up corner.
It's got a couple corners that are kind of
corners, but otherwise the screen looks great and everything else looks great. Keyboard,
absolutely right. Now the one thing, and I don't want to nitpick, but They only mention the laptop. They don't mention that it comes with the power adapter. One
Gotcha.
thing I would
Hope so. Yeah.
verify before
Yeah.
you purchase it, but still 99 cents. This still has 5 days to go.
Hopefully the RetroMacMan online store will hook you up with the power supply too.
Right.
Yeah, these 17-inch PowerBooks, boy, remember these things were just beasts and super
Oh, yeah.
expensive. Just
Yeah.
oh my
Yeah.
gosh, I eventually added one to my collection. Gosh, it's been forever since it's been turned on. I need to dig it out and fire it up. But yeah, the 99-cent starting bid.
I think that's great.
Yeah, somebody could get this for a song. All right, let's go to the next one. This is very, very cool. I don't know that I've ever seen this before. The title says Rare 1985 Apple Macintosh / Lisa Development Team Kit. Okay, well, what does the description say? It was a developer team kit, original developer relations package with confidential price lists, developer handbook, and third-party software brochures. Documented from Cincinnati, dated April 15th, 1985. Intact. What else does it say? It was a personal collection of Gary Shell, one of the first registered Macintosh developers in Cincinnati, who built commercial Mac software using the Helix database platform as early as 1985. And it's got the description has a full list of all the things, because there's a lot of things in here. Let's look through the pictures here. You see the envelope. I think it's an envelope where it's in, and just a bunch of different materials needed, I guess, if you're going to get into developing for the Mac.
Yeah, I see something about Mac 4th, Mac C.
There's a manual in there talking about the different systems. You see the confidential price lists here. The pictures aren't high enough resolution to read them. Oh, here we go. Here's the price lists right here, talking about the different computers, accessories. Very cool.
Yeah.
Very cool. You'd have to go look at the eBay list. This is a full list of all the things that are in this. It's neat that, something like this was saved 41 years later. Here we are. They want $350 as the starting bid, or you can make an offer. It ends in just 2 days, and there's no action on it right now. Pretty kind of unique thing to have here. So
Absolutely.
we'll check in next week and see how it did.
We have a first-time watcher, Zero Fun. Hopefully after this podcast, you can change your name to One Fun.
All right. I gotta share a new thing here. Let's see.
Fingers crossed. No.
This was all set up before, but of course it's not now. Give me a second to
Sure thing.
get my things together. Oh, what happened to the file? I've lost the file. Oh, there it is. Okay. Almost there.
And back then, you lost it.
There we go.
And back then.
Let's get that set up right. Okay. You set everything up and then everything crashes. And let's share that screen now. And getting real close. All right, let me grab the newspaper.
All right.
It's right over here.
And you said this was from 19 years ago?
Well, we'll say all of it here. Let's get recording.
Enough
wasting time. Let's go in 3, 2, 1. Okay. The year is 2007. The month and day is October 17th. October 17th, 2007. Coming up on 19 years ago. Northwest Florida Daily News learned about my Apple collection, and now I'm struggling to remember how that even happened.
Yeah.
You know what it was?
Were you at one of the events at the college where we would take the
No.
table? No.
Well, I mean, I
Okay.
was, but that's not how they found out. Now I remember. I had another online article posted, like either on Cult of Mac, maybe, or someplace like that. And whoever wrote this article, Patrick McDermott, picked up on that, saw that I was local,
Okay.
contacted me, and wanted to come over and do an article on me, take some pictures. And so on that day, so many years ago, this article came out. An Apple affair. Man provides a Maca for Macs. And I'm pictured there. This is the house before this house, the original instantiation
Right.
of this collection.
Yep.
And and I got what they call above the fold in the newspaper, front page. And it says, James stands in Maca, the room to his home that holds many of the Apple computers he has collected over the years. He has more than 150 Macintosh models in his house. And he says he has bushels of home computers at his home. And then it says, welcome to Maca. That's the name, James's spare room, a shrine to all things Apple. More than 100 computers line the shelves from floor to ceiling, some on display and others stacked out of sight. And they all work. We can't say that now, can we? Quote, these computers were built to last. It's amazing. Well, I mean, last is relative, right? I mean,
Right. Yes.
they, he said,
at that point, your computers were only about 10 years old.
Yeah, right.
The oldest one was.
now we add 20 years to that. These computers were built to last. It's amazing, he said last week while giving a tour of his collection. Some of these computers are over 20 years old, and they still fire up and run exactly like they did when they were new. There are about 50 computers spread around the house. All told, they represent almost every model ever made by the company. That was overstated. I don't think I had everything back then. I still don't. There's the Macintosh 128K, the first Macintosh computer produced with a memory of today's calculators. Today's calculators. What? Do we have calculators anymore?
This was pre-iPhone.
There's the Macintosh Portable, the first laptop powered by what amounted to a car battery and weighing 17 pounds. There's also the breakthrough iMac, which James has in all its release colors. Standing in Maca, James is dressed the part. He sports the company logo on his polo shirt and belt buckle and has an iPhone clipped to his belt. Yeah, so no, this was right past the iPhone came out.
Okay.
And it had a calculator app. It took serious time scouring the internet and eBay to find so many computers which were surprisingly cheap to buy. Mostly they're just hard to find because nobody bothers to keep them, James said. Most of these Macs I got for less than the cost to ship it to me, he said, pointing to a model that set him back $5 plus another $15 for shipping. An engineer at the base, James and his wife said his wife supports his hobby. She grew up using Macs too, he said. She doesn't quite understand my enthusiasm. James hosts a podcast dedicated to classic Apple computing at RetroMacCast. His co-host John of Crestview was the one who came up with the Maca moniker. Is that right? Did you remember that?
Yep.
I'd forgotten that. The podcast has about 700 listeners and rising. Through the site, he's found other collectors, but only one guy in Australia who has more computers. It's a niche, he said. And what about the computers? There's no romance in collecting a Dell, James said.
Well, that's still holds true.
Yeah. Did you, speaking of which, I think Dell just announced their Neo competitor today. They released a 6, coincidentally.
Oh, wow.
And I think that was the end of the article. It's all on the front page, just like that. But
So you had a video that went along with this? Or?
Well, so I'll get to that here. So,
okay.
When Patrick, I think was his name, he came over and did the interview, and then he shot digital video using what I don't remember, because this is 2007. And then on the article, of course it doesn't do anything in paper, but this was also published online. It says to watch a video about James's collection visit the website. Unfortunately, I kept the video. I downloaded it, and I'll play it for you. It was tricky. It was an old format of QuickTime that the current QuickTime player does not play. But I found L
Do you
Media
have to use
Player.
VLC? Oh, okay.
Yeah, VLC might have worked too. Let's see if I'll share this and we'll. Here we go. Let's play that for you now.
And back then, you lusted after these when you were a kid, and now you can have them. You can put all this together for, pennies on the dollar. And they still do exactly what they did back then, which is probably 90% of what most people do with a computer today. They tend to last. These computers were built to last. It's amazing. And some of these computers are over 20 years old, and they still fire up and run exactly like they did when they were new. I mean, there's some that are more significant than others, like the very first Macintosh that was produced. So that's kind of special. Color Classic 2. So you can see it's got the Japanese characters on the keyboard. Mostly they're just hard to find because nobody bothers to keep them. They get thrown out. They get thrown in the trash. And because they're not worth anything, people aren't going to take the trouble to sell them because there's no money. Most of these Macs I got for less than it cost to ship it to me.
Wow, what a time capsule. And here we are, all these years later, still at it.
Right.
Yeah. So, anyway, I was a local celebrity for about a half day. All right. Well, thanks for indulging me as I look back at that news article.
Yeah. Tell me how you don't age in the 20 years. That's the big thing.
There's a painting in the room behind me.
It's the hyperbaric chamber you sleep in or spend all the rest of your time in. It's when you're not doing this podcast, right?
Yeah, that's crazy because I was like, 36 back then? Oh my gosh. All right. Let's move on to the news. Let's now I gotta readjust. Share some screens. There we go. Okay. What's going on in the chat?
Oh, there
Yeah.
was a lot of comments about the video and
Yep.
yeah.
Yeah, there wasn't exactly a steady cam, was it? And with the low resolution
no built-in stabilization.
Okay, let's go in 3, 2, 1. All right, it's time for the news. Over in the Apple Macintosh Enthusiasts Facebook group, Yosuke Hosaka wrote the following. First, I created the image on a modern Windows PC using Photoshop. I converted it to monochrome and saved it as a TIFF file. Next, I copied the TIFF file into a hard disk image using Sheepshaver. Using Blue SCSI, I opened the hard disk image on a Macintosh Quadra 700. On the Quadra 700, I used Photoshop 2.5 to convert the TIFF file into a Mac Paint format, then copied the file to an 800K formatted floppy disk. Using a Macintosh Plus, I copied the file from an 800K floppy disk to a 400K floppy disk. Finally, I launched Mac Paint on a Macintosh 128K and loaded this image. Woohoo!
Ta-da.
Look at that, and it's a wonderful bitmap image of an iPhone 17 loaded up on an original Mac in Mac Paint. Took quite a few steps to get there, but it was well worth the effort. Very cool. All right, and then speaking of cool, do you remember the Grouch? A real cool,
love trash.
very
I
cool.
love it because it's trash.
Feature. It was a what was it, like an init or something that you would download?
Yeah, right. Yeah,
Control panel device.
it was an extension or a knit. Yeah, exactly.
And whenever you emptied the trash can, Oscar the Grouch would come out of the trash can and sing the song, and it was just very cute little animation. I don't remember if they ever ran into trouble, ran afoul of PBS, but that existed for a long time back in
Yes.
the system. I don't know if it went back to System 6, certainly System 7 days, maybe System 6 as well. Yeah, I think it was started in System 6, and then it became colorized. Well, over at AJ Design, they've recreated the return of the Grouch 3.0 for modern Mac OS, recognizing a golden era of desktop diversions. And they give a little history there, all the various iterations. And yeah, I guess it was version 1.0, 1989 for Mac Plus and SE. And yeah, really nice history. And then creating it, you can download it for free and try it out. I can confirm it works very nicely, complete with sound effects.
That is great because it cannot. I mean, Apple really locked down what they could do on the systems.
Yeah,
Gone are the days of the fun eyes and the feet walking across the screen and whatever, and especially messing with stuff in the dock. This must have taken some real big
yeah.
brains to get.
You
This
have
all
to give it a
working.
couple of permissions so it'll work. But once you do there, it works just as advertised. And then on top of that is the lost legend of Mr. Macintosh. Now this is even crazier because this doesn't even recreate something that used to exist. This recreated something that should have existed but never did. And I'll just read the top here. It says, in 1982, Steve Jobs dreamed of a mysterious little man living inside every Mac. Over 40 years later, he's finally home. And you go to the website, this is ajdesign.app, and it talks about how Steve had this idea, back in the original Macintosh, that this little Mr. Macintosh figure would live inside your Mac. And every once in a while, he'd pop in there and say hi or do something, and then disappear. And then it was Andy Hertzfeld's job to implement it, which he did in some form, but wind up having to cut it out because they ran out of memory space on the ROM. And so the website gives the whole story of that, and then allows you to download an app so you can install it yourself, which this one I have not yet installed, and I'm actually in contact with the developer, and we're talking about having somebody from there on
Great.
in a couple of weeks. Yeah. So very, very cool. Mr. Macintosh lives. Steve Jobs would be tickled pink. I can't believe. I guess every time something like this gets done, you're like, gosh, why didn't that happen before? It was
Sooner,
such a
right?
yeah.
Yeah.
I know it's taken this long, and somebody said, you know what? What about that Mr. Macintosh? So very cool. Go
Very
ahead
cool.
and find
Nice.
find that on ajdesign.app.
Absolutely.
And then what else we got here? Oh, 9 to 5 Mac. Marcus Mendez ran a story. The Virtual OS Museum is a fantastic project that lets you run Mac OS, AUX, NextStep, and more. Holy smoke, is this an endeavor? 1,700 installations representing over 250 different platforms and 600 distinct
Whoa.
operating systems. It is so crazy. Here's what the website looks like. And it's got it's got your share of Apple operating systems, but just about everything else also running virtual machines. And you can download the whole thing.
Oh
It's
my
it's
gosh.
ridiculous. I think it's like
Oh, that's so
130
cool that you
gigs.
can download it. What?
Yeah, or you can download a light version where it builds. So it has to do stuff on the fly as you install virtual machines. So if you don't want to dedicate like over 100 gigs initially, then you can do a 13 gig version. I just started experimenting with it, and I'm gonna have to spend more time getting to run it. But I mean, you look at the list of the computers that can run. I mean, it is crazy, crazy what's being done right here. And even, weird stuff like BOS is in there. Palm OS, a lot of mobile ones, some research and obscure systems like mainframes, workstations, Unix variants, early mainframes. I mean, this is
This is
just
fantastic.
monumental. Oh my gosh.
Wow.
What a great, great thing done for history, preservation of the memory of all these cool operating systems. That's at virtualosmuseum.org. And then Flipside Studios, this is also an Apple Macintosh enthusiast Facebook group. Flipside Studios posted a bunch of photos taken from the lobby and packing station inside Apple's Fremont, California Macintosh factory back in 1984. And look at these pictures. They don't even look real. Like, it's just so cool. Look at the tile and the apple in the background. Isn't that neat? That inset, just a white apple, doesn't even like they were even doing a non-six color logo back then is amazing. The crisp white boxes of the Macs as they're freshly packaged. But yeah, so they took some of the photos that wound up being in some other materials, but these are a few I think that did not appear anywhere originally. So that's always cool, finding new photos.
Very, very nice.
Look at the lettering of Macintosh just written up there, simply on the top. Oh, so cool. And we should mention WWDC kicks off next week. We'll be tuning in. There's some talk of new things. I mean, certainly we're going to see updated stuff, updated products. Maybe not some new things. Maybe that'll be later. But who knows? You never know. All kinds of things that could possibly come out. So we'll be watching next week and then reporting back. Okay.
Nice.
Da.
Hey, Steve.
Right. And
we got a full crowd tonight. This is amazing.
All right. We'll sign off. You've got a little something to show for the YouTube audience. So we'll wait till the end.
Okay.
All right. Let's go in 3, 2, 1. All right. Well, fingers crossed we'll make it to the end of this episode without another major malfunction. What about you, John? Are you around next week?
I am around next week, yes.
All right. I believe I am around next week, so we can do another episode with a TBD topic, right?
Yes.
So until next week, remember, it's not old.
It's retro.
Made it. At least did the audio without... Well, except for the... Oh, no, we were uninterrupted for the whole audio recording. All right. Now it's all just bonus time. So what did you what did you print up?
All right, so I've got my Mac Effects Clear 2E case. And, didn't want to do that. Trying to add my shared screen to the...
Oh, you got to remove mine. I'll do that. I got it for you.
Oh, okay. All right, there we go. So I wanted to upgrade my badges to make them match the...
I don't need no
match
stinking
the case.
badge.
So what I did, I've got a backlight in mind. And, I printed badges with a translucent for the middle part and then a mask on the back. I love 3D printing. It's amazing what you can do nowadays.
Wow. Oops. Let's look at that again. Yeah. And so you had some trial and error with different filament types and...
I did one first. It was there was too much light bleed. So that's why I had to reprint it with the black on the back to mask it. But yeah, it even looks better in person than in the picture here. It doesn't look as... Yeah, it's a nice effect.
That is nice.
For the Mac effect.
Did you run an extra batch for me?
I can.
Ooh.
Sure.
That might actually inspire me to unbox my clear case. Apple II.
Yeah, and then I had to upgrade the enhanced on the bottom too for the
Oh,
same
yeah.
thing.
Very, very nice. Well done.
Yeah.
Cool. All right.
One of the cool things with the MacFX keyboard, I don't know if you know this or not, but of course you've got the power light when it's on, but it also has a red LED when you've got the caps lock engaged.
Uh-huh.
So it'll actually have green and red show up under there. Yeah.
Neat.
Yeah.
Yeah. All right. Well, cool. Well, thanks everybody for joining us. Hope to see you next week.
Yeah.
And let's see if we can go completely unscathed through the end here.
Let's see, 'cause when you tried to play the music last time, that's what happened. They don't have to hear me sing again.
Yeah, that'd be wild if it quit at that point. I don't know. Well, let's at least try playing this. Okay, we still haven't crashed. Now I'm going to play some music. We haven't crashed.
Thanks for listening to the RetroMacCast with James and John. Email listener comments and questions to retromaccast@gmail.com or post comments on our website at www.retromaccast.com.